读万卷书不如行万里路，行万里路啊不如名师指路。我给大家请到了华尔街11年经验的交易员 Mr. Derek Olden Smith， 来，我们去看一看他对于交易是怎么说的。
Round fight.
Great.
Okay, so my last question is, let's just getting some fun, right? Because I know that there are many, because you mentioned this, this is your 11 years in T3, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I say that do you meet more and more Chinese traders around these years? The numbers of the Chinese traders are getting larger in your team?
It was, unfortunately, when COVID hit, it seemed to have slowed that down.
If the COVID not happen, I think
yeah.
Because I know that you already have many students, many traders under your service from China, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
do you think Chinese traders are compare with like US local students? Are they in the same level, or can they compete with those white people, or the Russian guys? I know that there's Russian traders in your team, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, every single individual is unique from every single other individual, right? So you will have people of all backgrounds where some people will be more successful and some people will be less successful. But absolutely, I personally love working with Chinese students because I find that they have a very strong work ethic and they're very mathematically focused. So they're willing to think a lot about the risk, about the game plan, about those types of things that we need that are really necessary for success.
Chinese students love to calculate. They are very good at mathematics. Yeah, that's one of the advantage.
I tell people all the time, one of my favorite things to do sometimes on a Friday night is just to sit there with an Excel spreadsheet and play with numbers. I love to just play with the numbers of all these different possible game plans and how things could work out because I'm thinking about how I can maximize my success. I love working with the Chinese students and I'm hoping to work with more of them again soon.
Okay, that's good. Can you share the story that the last time you shared to me, like you interviewed one of the Chinese students, Chinese candidates, and you asked them what's their opinion about the Chinese A shares? And I think this guy said it's too high, and then you actually start you immediately you have another decision. And, okay, let's buy. Can you share the story?
Yeah. So let me look at my chart real quick and figure out when that was. So that was right before
like 2015, I think.
Yeah. So it was at the end of 2014. At the end of 2014, right before the big bull market happened in Chinese A shares. And I was speaking to several, not even just one. I spoke with several. Students, Chinese students who are graduating with master's degrees from like Ivy League universities. And I remember one specifically was from Columbia University, one of the best universities here in the United States. And I sat down with him in the interview, and I always like to ask people about where they're from and, different information to get to know people really well. And I asked him, so what do you think about the Chinese A shares right now? He was like, I don't think it's a good time to buy.
Hold on. So Derek, can I ask you, when you ask this question, what do you think of the A share? When you ask a question, are you testing it? Are you putting this as an interview question, or you just simply want to know what their real thought?
I just want to know their opinion, and I'm doing it for selfish reasons. I'm doing it for myself, right? Because I think who's going to know the Chinese market better than people from China, right? Exactly. So I asked him, and he's like, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. But we know how psychology works, also, right? So even though you're a very smart student, you've never been a professional trader before, so you are subject to the same psychology. You remember the chart from the Guangzhou conference? You're subject to the same psychology as everyone else. So when the Chinese market had just come down and had just been a little bit weaker, and he says to me, I wouldn't buy it. I don't think it's a good time to buy. So based on that alone,
he said he wouldn't buy, right?
Yes, exactly. He's like, I think
the reason is like too high and not it's like a little bit weak at the time.
Right, exactly. And he was like, I think it'll go up, but I think it's going to be very slow. You're better off, with the US market. So okay, thank you very much. And then the first thing I did was I bought the Chinese market, and that was at the end of 2014. And then by I think May or June 2015, so a few months later, I kept the position the entire time.
Half years later, yes, it hits the 6,000 the high.
Yeah, it went up like 200% or something like that.
Like rocket. Yes,
yeah, exactly.
So how much money you earned from the trade?
It was a good trade. I don't remember the exact number, but I did well. Especially
that's super good.
Back then. Yeah, it was one of my best trades.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry.